Hello, my name is Nina Dunn and I'm a Director of the Alternative Future Foundation. As part of Sydney Alternatives Investment Week, I'm joined today by Michael Gallagher, our Chairman, to discuss the origins of Sydney Alternative Investment Week. Gal, as Chairman of the Alternative Future Foundation, can you share your vision for what you have for Sydney Alternative Investment Week?
Yeah, it was pretty simple actually. A few years ago, the trustees of the foundation and of AIMA, we all got together and we'd jokingly been calling it Sydney Hedge Fund Week for a lot of years, but of course it wasn't a week; it was just one day. And so we thought it's either time to actually do it or stop calling it a week. And so out of that was born the week. The week was born for, I guess, to get managers and investors and anybody that's part of our small subsector of funds management universe all together and do it in a good, big, fun, detailed and philanthropic way.
Yeah, great. So sharing the love of alternative investments, giving back to charity.
That's it.
So how long has the week been running and how has it evolved over time?
Yeah, it's in its third year this year. So it's interesting because its origins date way back 24 years ago to Hedge Funds Rocks and a bunch of retrobates that got together in the basement and raised some money for charities. And so Hedge Funds Rocks is probably the flagship event of the week. It's in its 24th year, as I said. And then about 10 years ago, AIMA joined force with Hedge Funds Rocks to put on the AIMA Australia Annual Forum, and the two combined. It's a pretty big day. It's on this year on the 24th of September. And then 3 years ago, we started tacking on other events like our In Day, the Private Credit Investor Forum, Berkshire are doing an M&A roundtable. IMAP have a forum, and of course there's the Harbour Cruise to bookend the week.
It's certainly evolving. And what do you hope that managers and investors gain from engaging in Sydney Alternative Investment Week?
Yeah, again, it's pretty simple, just to get together in a pretty non-invasive way, non-salesy kind of way. I guess do a bit of a deep introspective, get to know each other well, hopefully learn a little bit and do it all in a philanthropic way. So hopefully, yeah, we're going to be raising a lot of money next week for all the charities that we support.
Well, the foundation has raised millions for the charities through the industry events, particularly through Hedge Funds Rocks, as you mentioned, which, as you said, is in its 24th year. And it has its origins in rock. So if Sydney Alternative Investment Week was a music festival, what would be its headline act?
Well, yeah, now you put me on the spot, haven't you? I guess because of its longevity and because we have that new bent in the last 3 years, and alternatives never go out of fashion, what I would say is, given that that we had an iconic Australian band, so it has to be Australian,
okay,
win the top Australian 100 songs of all time on the Triple J's list a couple of weeks ago, In Excess. Yep. I would have to say it would have to be In Excess, but only on one proviso, that we actually resurrect Michael Hutchins and he fronts it. While we're dreaming.
Cool. Yes. Okay, and if you could invite any keynote speaker in the world to join the week, who would it be and why?
Oh, top of mind, it would have to be someone that's going to draw a crowd. So certainly Ray Dalio as a hedge fund manager.
Yep.
But let's put him on stage with Donald Trump and interview them. Have them interviewed by Greta Thunberg.
Oh,
no,
God.
That would draw a crowd.
Definitely would. It'd be quite controversial conversations.
Absolutely, a lot of fun to observe.
Well, thank you, Gal, and we look forward to seeing you all at Sydney Alternative Investment Week. If you would like to find out more about the week, please visit sidalts.com.au.